Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Saga from Legacy, and I hope you guys are having a blast in CIPANKU. In this video, we will be focusing about dojo rematches and TEMTEM. After the CIPANKU update, a lot of people asked me for it, so let's go right into it, guys. We have came up with this interesting trait for this new TEMTEM called Loatle, and the trait is Voodoo. When attacking an ally, the damage is replicated to each rival. So, in a quick sentence, what this means is that if you do 250 damage to your own teammate, you do 250 damage to your enemy as well. And that is what we are going to utilize for doing some quick dojo rematches. And there are some specific things that is required, but perfect is not what's required. So you never need a perfect for using this strategy. All you need is some 50 SVs in a specific slot, and you can buy those for 500 or 1000 pansons each. Not that expensive as well, so you should be good to go, guys. So the one important thing you need is the Voodoo trait on Loatle and the wardrobe item on Loatle as well. The other things required is a 50 speed and a 50 attack on Loatle. This is very important. I want the speed and attack to be 50 because you always want to go first. I'll explain that later in the matches as well, but 50 speed and 50 attack Loatle is all you need. If you have others, that is fine. If you don't, that is still fine, but 50-50 on these two is very important. Speed, if you don't want, you want to not take the risk, then your choice, but attack is absolutely mandatory. 50, 500, 209. You can reduce it to whatever that still has a 209, and that should still be fine, but 50-50 is what's required. Next up, we have a Chromion. Only thing you require is 50 speed and 50 HP. 50 HP is absolutely critical for this strategy, so you have maximum HP, which is 291. So what Voodoo will do is Voodoo will do 291 damage to this, and it will do the 291 damage on the enemy as well. That's how we will make it work. So 50 HP on this. Everything else can be fine, random, that's completely fine. I just keep mine 50 speed as well just because I want to, but it's not necessary. Only 50 HP is what you need. Next up, Mimic. Again, 50 HP only is what's required. So 150 HP is all you want. When you type it in Discord, want to sell or something or want to buy, just type want to buy 50 SV HP, Mimic, CIPANKU, Chromion, or whichever terms you're looking for. Just type that much, you should find them for 500, 1000 pansons probably. Mimic, okay, might be a bit expensive, but the others are really cheap. Just tell them you don't want 40, you just want the HP stat, and that's it. Now, this here it is where it becomes interesting, because for CIPANKU you actually require HP and speed both. The reason why you need that is because CIPANKU has the highest HP, so 353. You need to make sure when the opponent is taking the tanky temps, that's when you play the CIPANKU, because CIPANKU has 353 HP and 198 speed is required, because as you see, Loatle has 187 speed and CIPANKU has 198. So he will always go before Loatle, and what you do with CIPANKU is you use Rage. Because when you use Rage, you get -2 defense. So once you get -2 defense, all you do is use the telekinetic shrapnel on turn 2, which is, I'll explain when we are actually fighting how it works, but this telekinetic shrapnel right here will always one-shot a CIPANKU as long as you use Rage. But you have to make sure that you have the 50 speed and 50 HP on the CIPANKU itself. As long as you have that, you should be good to go. I'll show you in the video further ahead on the rematch itself how it works. So with that being said, the next and the last time you need is a Scunch. Again, only 50 HP Scunch required. Nothing else is required here. You can have whatever stats you want, but level 70 and 50 HP on SV is what is required for this as well. So those are the 5 temps that you require for this strategy. The last 3 temps you can keep whatever you would like. Personally, I have kept a Fire Coish and Yovlar because they just do damage, right? They are just there for doing some damage. Just in case the other ones cannot finish the job, then they will do the work. But these 3 are completely situational. You can have whatever you like. Just make sure that they have some kind of damage. So you can have a Wolfie, you can have a Wolverine, a Momo, whichever you like, whatever you have in your backup, just put them in there. They can be any kind of damage, but make sure that they do damage and they can survive a little bit. I recommend Yoglar because it can survive a lot. I don't even have a perfect, I just have it there, but that is how it is, guys. With that being said, now let's jump right into the matches and I'll explain you there how it actually works. Alright guys, here we are, dojo number 1. Let's quickly get into it. I'll explain you how it works, what do you need to ban, what do you need to focus on. So one thing really important you need to focus on is that you need to ban the chunky targets, the one that have big HPs. If you don't know, then basically any tank that is around, you can start banning them. So certainly for Icon, either one is a good ban. So let's just go ahead and ban the Cerny to begin with. And they ban the Koish. So as usual, you always pick up Loatle first, and the partner ban or the partner pick is always gonna be one of these 4. You can select whatever you want, but it depends on their picks. So the way it works is that the more HP you lose, the easier they die. So Cypat is 350 HP, Scunch is 322 HP, this is 300, and this is 297. So if you see that they picked up some tanks and you want to kill them, you go with Cypat first. So I'm just gonna not go that, and let's just make a staple. So these 2 are the ones you want to go first, and these should be your second picks. So let me go ahead and pick Mimit for now, and I'll explain you how it works. So they ban Cypat, that's fine. Next up, we just ban something else, and then you just pick your temps basically. You always have to pick these at least because you need all of these. So the first 5 are important, whatever you can grab, and then just anything you require for some damage on the 5th slot. But the 4 should always be our 4 TEMTEMs. Now let's get into the match and I'll show you how it exactly works. It's really easy, nothing like to figure out or something. You just have to tap buttons on that slot and that is all you do basically. So with that being said, let's just quickly do that, and you can do whatever, but it will always go first. It will kill it. And there we go. The other ones are dead as well. So this is how you do it. It's very simple. I have already timed my runs. It takes roughly around 16 to 17 minutes if you do everything correctly. Always the second time has to be the Scunch or Cypat. There is a reason behind that, guys. Because you do not want to use another Faraday cage because it will overexert your Loatle. So your second attack is always a telekinetic sharp mill. So that's what you do, and I don't think Scunch leaves either, so that is fine. It will die, and so will the Kinu and the Raiken. Just because Raiken was a bit tanky, it did not die, but that is fine. I mean, there will be times when it won't die. But either way, our mission is to clear the dojo, and you should be able to do it either way, so you should not worry about it. As I said, there will always be some tanky times that will be living, but regardless, just keep doing your combos and you should be good to go. So there comes the cage, 100% damage done, and there it is gone. And there we go, guys, that's dojo number 1. Let's go ahead, skip into the dojo number 2 and see what we have next. Alright, here we have another match which is for the digital dojo, so let's jump right into it. The basics will always be the same, you don't need to worry about stuff. So as I said, ban the chunky stuff. I believe the most chunkiest would be Gozi or Nidrasil here. I'm just gonna go ahead and ban the Gazuma though, because I don't want that to be around with me. So let's start Loatle, and as usual, let's start with the Mimit. We can go Cypat actually, because that's the highest HP we have, but let's just go with Mimit to begin with. Get the ban on Nidrasil, I believe, take the Cypat in, take the Chromion in, and then whatever you want from this is fine. I'm just gonna go with the fish, and let's jump right into the match, guys. Dr. Sasia. So Ragnar and Ampetier is the one that's starting. I maybe have made a mistake by starting this because I'm pretty sure it should have been banned. That is a really speedy one, but let's see. Maybe not that much of an issue. So yeah, we did go first. We should be fine. Ragnar could not live that, so that's fine with us. Ampetier is dead as well. We should be good. There is no complications in this anymore. So the only problem that can even arise in this situation is that if the enemy Temtems are really tanky and it actually lives on 5 or 10 HP, then you have a turn to waste. And I will show you that as well because I don't want to make the guard without having all the situations covered up. I'll make future videos as well on how to make it work, but yeah, that's why you need a rage, by the way. That's why you need speed on Cypad to go first with the rage and get -2 defense so that the telekinetic sharpness just kills the Cypad, and that's how it works, guys. That's why you need speed on the Cypad, basically. So let's jump. I mean, that Golgi is gonna die anyways, but Fairway Cage and Mental Torment just in case. And there we go, this is dead and that is dead. Even if it was 100%, it would have been died, so it's not anything to worry about. So you don't really need the speed or anything else, but Cypad speed is compulsory. Other than that, guys, that's the match number 2. Let's go into 3. Alright, let's go match number 3, dojo number 3. This is the Kasiva dojo. This is the only dojo that might give you a lot of trouble for this strategy because every single time here, like at least 3 of them are so tanky that they will actually live your combo. And this is actually where you need to have stuff in preparation or need the backup as well. So be careful with this dojo. But let me show you how to play it out as well. I'm just gonna start with banning Gulder because it is a thick one. Gulder is the highest HP in the game, and then it's Yovlar, then Turok is there as well in the top 10s. So you need to be careful with those. But it still should not be that much of an issue. But let's see what we can do next. We will do over combo as usual, and then we will still try to win this up later on. And it should still be fine, guys. It should not be like impossible kind of thing or something. Let me just show you that as well. So both of our picks are banned as well. As I said, this dojo is really hard because they will ban your melees. So just go with something that you normally do. Just, pure damage, and that should be still fine, guys. So don't worry. Let's try it, and I'll show you how it works. You will still go through anyways. It's completely fine. And just if you guys were wondering, no, my temps are not perfect or something, so I am on the back seat as well. If you guys can see, my Yogler is not a perfect. My Koish is perfect, but the spread is all over, but it does not really matter, to be honest. Let me just do that. And I think Turok will actually live this. I'm pretty sure Turok will live this, if not Grumper, because Turok is tanky. Yeah, as I said, Turok is living that, so that will be an issue, but I think we should still be fine, guys. Don't worry about it too much. So Faraday Cage again and Mental Torment just in case. We should be fine. Wolverine will be dead and so will be Turok. So now we do our usual stuff with the fire coalition. It should be fine. The rest of the dojo should not be a problem for sure. 3 times are dead instead of 4 normally, but we should still be just fine in this dojo. You just swap the Yobler in and do your normal stuff, which is either water cannon on this or Quetzaleno on this. Either one should work just fine, but I think Quetzal is better because Yobler can punch the shit out of that roller. So let me just do that. Swap the Yobler in and water cannon the Quetzaleno the Tartaro. I mean, technically, we should not worry about it. The overall employee should be able to take it. The only problem that you will ever face is gonna be in this dojo, because this dojo is the only one that has so many tanky tems in here. Other than this dojo, I don't even think you should be worried about anything, to be honest. But still, I'm just showing this match exactly to make my point that this is the only dojo where you might face some issues, but it should still be fine. You should be able to clear it pretty easily. So just gonna savage suplex on this side and telekinetic sharpen the roller. VR speed will always make you go first, so not to worry about that. Just make sure whatever 3 times you're choosing on the back end, they have some kind of damage. They are not ones like who cannot do any kind of damage, because that's not something you need. That being said, here you go guys, the third dojo is done as well. So let's go back into the preface and we can have a talk. Welcome back. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have a lot of questions. Maybe it is still confusing. I just wanted to include 3 matches because I wanted to show all 3 different kinds of dojos and show you where you might face problems, which is Musa. He might give you the highest amount of problems with this technique, but other than that, you should be pretty smooth and good to go. If you still have any questions and you would like some answers, feel free to join the community Discord. The link is in the description. Just join and ask in general chat, competitive chat, or you can personally DM me if you're conscious about typing in a group or something. No problems, just DM me. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. I'm live on Twitch as well every single day, 7 p.m. CET, 5 times a week, Monday to Friday. Feel free to drop in and say hi. If you're not available on Discord, that is completely fine as well. If either one of that doesn't work, you can just type in YouTube comments and let me know what you would like help with, or is there any suggestion for future videos. I'll be more than happy to help. But if you guys like what you see, then please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you will be notified if any new videos go up. With that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope you guys take care and please stay safe.